Okay, you may have heard of the phrase, third time's a charm. Well, for the lazy out there, such as myself, I like to live by the mantra, twice is plenty. 3 times is just one too many. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to ask you for a random card in the deck. And then we're going to spell out that card twice, because 3 times is one too many. It's too much work. Okay, so I randomly choose a card. Now, a note to you as a performer, the spectator can choose any of the 52 cards. They truly can. So let's say they choose 7 of diamonds. You say, okay, very good. I'm going to gather the cards, and I'm going to spell out 7 of diamonds. We'll do it twice. S-E-V-E-N-O-F-D-I-A. M-O-N-D-S, that's once. S-E-V-E-N-O-F-D-I-A. M-O-N-D-S. Okay, very good. I'm going to set aside that card maybe up here. Okay, how about another random card? 4 of clubs. Okay. F-O-U-R-O-F-C-L-U. F-O-U-R-O-F-C-L-U-B-S. Okay, very good. Let me just do it one more time here. Any card whatsoever. Ace of Hearts. Okay, very popular card. A-C-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. Ace of Hearts. A-C-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. Okay, very good. Whoop, sorry, wasn't supposed to show that yet. Okay, well, how did we do here? Well, let's find out here. Kind of gave away the punchline there. Okay. Excellent work. Well, as amazing as that is, I think it would be even more amazing if something surprising happened down here, which it has. Okay, very, very good. Well, let's talk about this, and maybe when you go to perform it, don't goof and show that third card before you're supposed to. That would be a good thing to do. Okay. Well, this just uses something called what I call HyperCOATings. Now, COAT stands for, it's capital C-O-A-T, stands for count out and transfer. A HyperCOATing is where you count out and transfer more than the number of cards in the packet, but not more than twice the number of cards in the packet. Okay, so with a packet of 10 cards, you can spell out any card name. Now, card names have between 10 and 15 letters in them. Okay, so with a packet of 10 cards, if you spell out any card name twice, you'll be performing 2 identical HyperCOATings, which ends up being equal to the identity permutation. So, in other words, it leaves the ordering of the cards as is. Okay, and you can test that. Well, in fact, we'll just do it for one. 5 of hearts. F-I-V-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. 5 of hearts. F-I-V-E-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S. Okay, so the claim is after all of that movement of the cards, we put everything back to where it came from. So those 2 actions leave the packet alone. Okay, and so after the first spelling twice of any card name, I set down the first card, going to be an ace, and now we have 9 cards. Well, you can still HyperCOAT twice any card name with a packet of 9 cards. So you do that, and then you'll bring it back to the order that it's in. You set down the 2, and even with 8 cards, you can spell out twice any card name in the way that we've been doing it. It leaves the entire packet the way it is, so that brings that 3 back to the top, set it down, okay? And so you kind of have that as an initial surprise, like, wow, how in the world did you get the ace and 2 and 3 to rise to the top after the spectator randomly chose different card names? They really did. They had complete control over those. Well, the thing they don't have control over is the fact that 2 identical HyperCOATings leave the packet alone. That's the surprising part. And then as a second kicker, you can say, well, that's pretty impressive, but wouldn't it be impressive if something interesting happened with the rest of the cards? And it has. You perfectly ordered them. Okay, anyway, this is a simple routine. I can add a link in the description below. There's some videos where I use hypercoating in other performances. It's a very useful principle to be aware of, that two identical hypercoats constitutes a false shuffle, or the identity permutation. So now you know the secret, so play with this on your own and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.